Fort Braden is a very tight-knit community. We're on the outskirts of Tallahassee.
We are not easily located, like we're way off the beaten path.
So we hired Jamal over the summer. We were extremely impressed with him as a young man. He had moved up here from the Miami area. And so we hired him as our red shirt on our campus. And maybe 2 days before his start date, which was August the 5th, Jamal lost access to his vehicle. So Mr. Wallace and I were scrambling. We were sure that he wasn't going to be able to continue in the position because he lives 17 miles from our school. But Jamal found a way to make that happen. And the way that Jamal made that happen was he started riding a bike to school.
So on a car ride, that's usually about 30 minutes. It's a 30-minute ride for a car ride. And on a bike, it's like an hour and 30 minutes. So Mr. Lanter, he had bought me a vest, like a light-up vest, and more lights to put on my bike so he can see me, because it was kind of pretty dangerous riding that distance.
I was driving to work one morning and saw him on his bike coming to work. And I wanted to pull over and pick him up because I have a pickup truck, so I was like, he could easily throw the bike on the back of my truck. However, Highway 20 is really scary and you can't just pull over and come to an immediate stop. So I decided it was not safe to stop that morning and came to work.
I was just riding on the sidewalk. Then I guess it was like a little hump. Then as soon as I hit the little hump, my whole front tire came off. And I fell face first. I wish I had pictures to show you, because my whole face was swollen. This part was swollen a little bit. Even my arm, like this cut was like way, like you see all this area right here was way bigger, bleeding.
He's like, Mr. Q, are you close by? He didn't sound too good. He could barely talk and I could tell something was wrong. I was like, Jamal, what happened? And he said, I fell off my bike, Mr. Q. And I was like, oh my goodness. The next morning when I picked him up from work, I saw what had happened to him and how bad the accident was. And I felt terrible.
I didn't want to make an excuse because I failed. Like, no, I'm coming to work and show up because they show up for me when I need them. I came the very next day, bandages on. And they were surprised I showed up because they wasn't thinking I was coming at all. They was so surprised. They were like, he's on campus. They were like, great job, Mr. James. That's a great record right there.
After the accident happened, I started picking him up in the mornings because his bike was broken. And then I started trying to see if I could get him a new bike.
I've had the bike for sale off and on over the past year and a half or so. And it's funny because Mr. Quijada has actually approached me at least 2 other times over the past year and a half, talking to me about, possibly getting it for his daughter or getting it for his wife, or, and then it's never been something that actually worked out.
So I asked her if she still had it, if it was still available, and she said it was. She said, are you still interested in that bike, Mr. Q? I said, well, actually, I'm interested in seeing if I can purchase it for Mr. James. I don't know if you knew this, but he had an accident the other day and he needs a new bike.
I couldn't help but think that there was a reason why it had not worked out in the past, and that's because that was just Jamal's bike. I mean, it was just meant to be Jamal's bike.
I was surprised. Most people don't be as nice as Miss Pinker was. And it was the first time something like ever that happened to me. Somebody gave me something for free because they understood my situation.
This is
It's a story about hope in young people. And so Jamal gives us some hope. His commitment to the position his commitment to the school when he doesn't really have any ties to the community or even to Tallahassee, but he committed to the position, and Jamal was going to make it work no matter what.
I just want him to know that I just want Jamal to know that everyone here at Fort Braden is rooting for him and wants him to be successful. And of course, we would love for him to be successful here at the fort. But, we are like a family, and we would support him, with whatever dreams he's got.
Security on campus. This school, they treat you like family. It's not like, oh, you just my employee. No, like they treat you like family. Like this is a loving space to come to. Comfortable space. I can talk to anyone about anything and about to be vulnerable here.
It just gives you hope for the future that, that there are good people still in our world that are willing to step up and help when individuals are in need.
For a community to come together for a good cause and to help out a young man who's a single father and a hard worker, it inspired me in many ways to see other people doing good things. And I think that he's a good role model for our students. He's very professional. He's a hard worker and he does his job.
Be nice to people because you never know who can be your helping hand when you need them. Always keep striving. Never give up even when stuff seems hard. I love coming to work. Like I love my job, from the principal to my coworkers. So I just love it here.